Yeah. We in the building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Y'all give me some time, man. Trying to give everybody a little time to tap in. We in the building. Y'all do me a favor. If you here, drop that 9 up, man. Drop that 9 up and like it for me. If this is your first time on YouTube, this is your first time on my channel, do me the big one, man. Pound that like button up, man. I'm trying to get to 1,000 likes on this page, y'all. Okay, or on this channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 likes. So y'all make sure y'all pound that like button up, man. We trying to make our presence known on this platform, man. And the only way I'm gonna be able to do that is with the help of you, man. Also, don't forget to hit that subscription icon and the post notification bell and select all. That way you'll be notified every time we go live over here. Cause every time we go live over here, we cut up. That's big facts, man. If you on YouTube, if you on Facebook, get over to YouTube right now. We on YouTube. We going live on YouTube tonight. That is the big announcement, man. We're going to do the Lost City of Agartha Part 2. I know y'all been waiting. But guess what? I've been working behind the scenes. I got a lot going on, a lot of things I'm trying to accomplish, a lot of things I need to do in terms of my personal life, y'all. So just bear with the guy, man. I'm here, though. If you on Facebook, get over to YouTube. We on YouTube tonight, man. We on YouTube tonight. And if you on YouTube, drop a 9 or something. Let me know you in here. I can't see nothing on YouTube. I don't know what they got going on YouTube, man. I see it's 4 people over there. Y'all got to start getting over to YouTube, man. Every Sunday from like 7:45, we over there on YouTube. If we doing anything, we on YouTube. We on YouTube right now, Kimberly Michelle. Get over to YouTube. Y'all do me a favor, pound it up if you on Facebook as well, man. But get over to YouTube. We on YouTube. This is where we at every Sunday, y'all. 7:45 p.m. Every Sunday, 7:45 p.m. we gonna be on YouTube and we gonna cut up a little bit. John Franklin. Okay, so now it wants to kick in. Tarkeisha Reynolds. Thanks for the 9s, man. Sherry Avery say she here. Yeah. I see you, Sherry. Tarkeisha Reynolds. Like I say, thanks for the 9s. John Franklin say peace, God. I've just Gmailed you on pay. I am awake and I hope you hear from. I'll be there, John Franklin. Believe me, if you Gmail me or email me for any type of crystal in any way, form, or fashion, I will be contacting you ASAP. Trisha Boyer, welcome to the live. If you on Facebook, get over to YouTube. Get over to YouTube. Danielle Kell, Boss Hall, get over to YouTube. Jonah Vay, get over to YouTube. We finna cut up. We're gonna get into the Lost City of Ahgaartha Part 2. That's what we talking about tonight, y'all. The Lost City of Ahgaartha Part 2, okay? I got a couple slides that I want to share with y'all because I have a video of a being, right, that is connected to some of these extraterrestrial civilizations that live within the inner earth, y'all, okay? He's going to give his account, okay, of what it is that he actually witnessed, went through, seen, what happened to him while he was down there and everything, y'all, okay? So, I mean, it's evidence out here that states that Ahgaartha does exist, that Shambhala does exist. And I just showed y'all a video a couple days ago for those of you, I think it was on Facebook and YouTube. For those of you who actually follow me over there, I showed you a video yesterday of Billy Carson actually speaking on Admiral Byrd and how he went to Antarctica and ended up going through a hole, meeting with these ancient beings that were in the hole, and they told him several things. In which he went back, he got a whole. He had to go get him a whole crew to come back with because they whipped him when he came down there. He thought he was on something. They whipped him when he came down there. If you on Facebook, get over to YouTube. Get over to YouTube. Trisha Davis, we on YouTube right now. Anthony Crawford, we on YouTube right now. We finna cut up. Believe me, this gonna be one y'all don't want to miss. The real star, is that Star Hugger? Okay. She say, I'm tapped in. That's what's up. The real Star Hugger, thanks for the 9s. KGG say 803 locked in. Shout out to 803 Lock North. Sherry Avery, I see you over here. Y'all get over here, man. This is where we at. This is where we at, y'all. All right. So if you coming on Facebook, we finna do a live over here on YouTube. Okay, believe me, this ain't the one you gonna want to miss today. Y'all like it up. If you on YouTube and it's your first time over there, pound the like button up. We trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, not 1,000 subscribers, but 1,000 likes. We need to let our presence be known. We here. We have arrived, family. We arrived here. Yeah, if you over here on YouTube, please pound that like button up. Facebook, get over here. Meet me there. Don't beat me there. I said meet me there, don't beat me there. I mean, beat me there, don't meet me there. Yeah, y'all. I don't want to hold y'all up. That's the big thing. I ain't trying to hold y'all up tonight. But I will say this, man. Like you just heard me say, man. Today, we most definitely finna be talking about the lost city of Agartha. Yeah. That's big facts. KGGG, thanks for the nines. Sonya Wilson say she here. Shout out to everybody that made it, man. And another thing I want to say, salute to everybody that's been coming through shopping with me for the crystals. If you don't know that I do have the crystals, man, email me at payIamawaken@gmail.com, man. And we can most definitely get you straight over there, all right? The real Star Hugger say like and subscribe. Thanks, the real Star Hugger. But yeah, for those of you who been over here with me, rocking with me over here for a little while, you know, we've been digging a little bit into like, kind of like history. Okay, and it's been more so from a cosmic standpoint. We didn't start all the way at the beginning, but we started from the standpoint of which, you know, we talked a little bit of how Antarctica not Antarctica, but these godlike beings, the Anunnakis, actually got to this plane of planet, y'all. We talked about the travel over here. We talked about how, you know, basically how this spaceship / plane planet of the sun actually smashed into a few planets over here. How the sun even got in the inner sun to begin with, y'all. How it got in the planet to begin with. Okay, we just talked about a lot. Okay, we talked about a lot over here, and if you haven't already, go back down the timeline and actually check the video out, man, to catch up with what it is that we talking about. All right, and we tapped on the reptilians a little bit. I don't really want to get into the reptilians in this video, y'all, because believe me, it'll take a whole hour or two just to talk about them. I'm talking about their history. We're going to do that for another day. We're just going to do that on another day. But today, we're going to talk about the lost city of Ahgaartha, man. Y'all do me a favor. If it's your first time in here, please do me a favor and pound up that like button. But with that being said, I want to start this off with the right spiritual energy. I want to say peace to the gods and goddesses, peace to the ancestors, peace to the high vibrational beings, and peace to the spiritual guys, man. And peace to my spiritual team and the Most High for giving me the strength to do what I do on a day-to-day basis. I love them, man. Y'all already know what it is.
Yeah, I'm about to expose every lie they done told, like how they trafficking kids and why they ain't got a soul. They feeding off our energy, trying to destroy the globe. They got weather control, they even making it snow. But we can't run from it, gotta grab it by the antler.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about YouTube, y'all. It kind of get me out my square a little bit. I feel like I don't do as great of a job over here as I do when I'm on Facebook. But we're going to have to change it up. Y'all got to get used to coming over here, man, because this is where we at. This is where the real information going to be at. Yeah, we'll be on Facebook a little bit. We'll cut up over there. But if you want that real information, man, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be here every Sunday at 7:45. Now, I did say we're going to try to amp it up because I got a lot of stuff that I want to try to push out to y'all. But I do have a lot going on the back burner as well. So I'm going to need y'all to kind of be patient with me. I am trying to learn certain apps and stuff that I've downloaded in order to try to give y'all certain presentations in a light that you can imagine who it is that we're talking about. I want you to be able to see it because I know a lot of people actually learn through their visualization. Okay. But with that being said, man, like I said, man, today we're going to be actually tapping into a video of, I wouldn't even say an Agartha survivor. He's actually a descendant of one of the civilizations that stays inside of the earth, in the inner earth. Okay. And when I show y'all this video, man, y'all almost definitely going to be, not this video, but when I show y'all, matter of fact, let's just go ahead and we're going to jump into it. I want to show y'all, man, who it is the video is going to be like. What I really want to just show y'all the tribe that he's from. Okay. So look, this right here is what we, give me a second, y'all. This right here, okay, is who I'm talking about. Okay. He's from a tribe called the Flugeroids. Okay. And they look like these people right here, y'all. The paper up at the top. Let me know if you drop them nines if y'all see that, man. Drop them nines for me if y'all see the black and white photo at the top, okay? And KP little lady AK say, I'll let you know which is better here. Facebook, LOL, you know I will. Okay, I love it about you. But yeah, y'all, I want to kind of, this is who we're going to be talking about. The guy you see in the color photo is going to be the actual person that's going to be actually telling the story, okay? He's going to tell you what happened to him, why it is he ended up being picked up to begin with. And look, this ain't the first time somebody even told a story about this, okay? It's other people who've actually told stories about being abducted. So it's nothing new. See, when you a starseed, it is a great chance that somebody from your ancestral land will come back to visit you, okay? Because you have to understand, bro, they are coming up. They're coming from the inner earth, okay? And they're coming up and they're mating with these individuals on the inner earth, y'all, okay? That's what's going on. Make no mistake, okay? They're mating with them. So this is how we get these bloodlines mixed in, okay? But with that being said, he's from a tribe called the Frugoids, y'all, all right? And they're blonde-headed beings, okay? And they're they say what they say, who are lost, who are the lost super race of the Aryans, okay? Yeah. So they go back to the Aryans, y'all. This is where the Aryans begin to start come from, because you have to know, when we dig deeper into the Aryan race and things like that, they actually come from another planet, okay? They come from another planet. But as you heard Billy Carson say, these beings actually did dig into the inner earth, right, and start a civilization. They came from wherever it was that they were, all the way to Antarctica to start a civilization. All right, and so they're known for eating raw flesh, y'all. They're very intelligent and competent. They communicate through speaking. You have to understand why that's so important. Is that a lot of these beings, they do not communicate through using their voice. They do it telepathically. Okay, for you to open up your mouth and speak is a lower vibrational tactic. Let's just say it like that. It's a very lower vibrational tactic. You are not supposed to be speaking, y'all. Okay, we started to speak when we dropped in frequency. Understand and understand that. That's why that's so important. Okay, and that's because this group of beings, they're not like a noble being. Okay, they were created in some way, form, or fashion too. Okay, these are the original Nardics, which are the, like I gave you a description of them, the ones you see holding the, like that's like an image of who the Nardics would be considered to be for those of you who don't know who they were back in the day. Okay, and this is before they mixed in and became who it is that they are now. All right, now they're also they're the fathering race of them. Okay, and they live in these caverns underground. So I just want to show y'all a video of what it is that he said happened to him. And if you've been rocking me for a while, you probably seen this video before, because this ain't our first time chopping it up on this. We actually talked about this on Facebook as well. But I wanted to bring it over here and bring it more to the light so people will start to see, hey, this is real. As you can see, this is a direct replica. The only difference between these two is that at the bottom, he's more an off-breed person, okay? When you see the one at the top, the more black and white one, you see how he has the fang? That's because, like they said, they normally would eat raw meat. They eat like they'll go out and hunt a deer and eat them. You see what I'm saying? They eat the flesh, all right? But yeah, with that being said, I want to show y'all this video, man, of him and what it is, excuse me, and what it is that he had to say. My bad, y'all. Let's see.
So you're on the craft and you're heading out over Canada.
Right.
What happened next?
Northeast over the, we went over like Baffin Bay and Canada. So we were by that time I'm totally lost. I don't know where we are. And they said, "Do you see the glow ahead of us?" And I said, "Yes, I do." "What is that?" And they said, "That's the entrance to Hollow Earth."
Hold on, let me see if I can start this from the beginning. Let's see.
So you're on the craft and you're heading.
Now he's telling you what happened, because I wanted to get right to the point with y'all. I didn't want y'all having to beat around the bush or none of that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get directly to the point with y'all. Okay? Drop them nines and my audio is still great. So he's actually going to tell y'all a story from the point of which he actually got picked up from his home. Okay? So right now, they picked him up. He's in a spaceship and they already headed over to Agartha.
Over Canada.
Right.
What happened next?
Northeast over the, we went over like Baffin Bay and Canada. So, you know, by that time, I'm totally lost. I don't know where we are. And they said, do you see the glow ahead of us? And I said, yes, I do. What is that? And they said, that's the entrance to hollow earth. I said, hollow earth. I said, wait a minute. We're taught in school that the earth is solid and it has a molten core and all this.
And this is actually why it's called Ahgaartha, y'all, because the word Ahgaartha actually means through the hole. Okay? This is why it's called Ahgaartha, because you have to go through the hole, which is where he told them they was going. Now, when we get into where he's going to go, which is actually in the inner city of Shambhala, that word Shambhala actually means sent it by Allah, or sent it by the Most High. Okay? And that's because these beings who actually live in the inner earth, they're actually said to be walk amongst them, because they're a group of noble beings that come from the 19th galaxy, okay? Which you would have called the Anunnaki, but they would have been a form of council of the Anunnaki, okay? Remember, we touched on this. We touched on how Ahgaartha is actually like a meeting place for the Galactic Federation.
And now you're telling me it's hollow? And they said, yes, it is hollow. And they said, what you learn is a shame, because it's all a lie. And I said, okay. How long are we going to be gone on this trip? And he says, you're going to be gone for 6 Earth months. And I said, 6 months? I'll be grounded for life. That was my thought, you know. And they said, no, you won't be grounded for life. This says you'll be missed, yes, but when you return, your body will be replenished, and all the childhood diseases or sicknesses that you were experiencing will be gone.
What sicknesses were you experiencing at the time?
Well, like the mumps, the measles, and stuff like this. But at the time, they said that your immune system is starting to break down and must be replenished.
Okay, so now look, I want you to understand why it is that he said he will only be gone 6 months of Earth time. That is because their time down there is different. See, they understand and understand that there is no such thing as time. Time does not exist, okay? They have an inner sun that stays in the sun, the sky all day, or however it's burning up there, it stays up there all day, y'all. So there is no such thing as day or night. You see what I'm saying? They just lay down and rest at needed, all right? So that's the reason why he said that one of our days is like a 1,000 of our days is actually like one of their days, okay? So that's why he actually said that, okay? And then you have to know that the inner city of Ahgaartha is actually I want to say disease controlled environment, but I can't think of the word right now, but it's actually sort of like a disease controlled environment, okay? So they control disease, they control their weather, they control everything that's going on down there. So when he came down there, you can't enter there if you have any type of disease and things like that, okay?
And that was one of the reasons for the going for the trip.
So you didn't have the mumps and the measles and all the stuff at the same time at that moment.
No.
It's just that what they're telling you.
It was a fortification against it.
Okay.
And they fortified my body. They gave me a liquid to drink, which tasted like grape juice, but it's very sweet. And I drank it, and it tasted extremely well, and it energized my body as I drank it.
Were you ill when they picked you up?
No, I didn't think I was ill.
Okay.
They said that the immune system had started to deteriorate, and that they needed to reinforce it.
So you see the light ahead. What happened?
I see the light ahead, and we got closer and closer to it. And as we started to curve into it, I said, "That's a hole." And they said, "Yes, that's a hole." And so we went into the hole. We landed at a city inside, and they said, "Do you know where you are?" And I said, "No. I'm presuming inside Hollow Earth." And they said, "Yes, you are."
Tell me about the city.
The city was not like a city on the surface. The cities on the surface are skyscrapers, big tall buildings and all this. And the inside, they're all the buildings are round. They don't have roofs on them, but they're round.
And that's because they're like caverns, y'all. These are caverns. Okay, so yeah, they're round because they're actually like built inside up into the walls of the caves. Like they're like inner caves, y'all, like a cave within a cave. Okay.
And they're built in and around Mother Nature. They're not. You don't see any highways or sidewalks or anything like this. It's all round structures in and around nature.
With no roof.
With no roofs.
What were they made of?
It looked like a marble type substance, but yet I don't think it was marble. I think it was more like crystal.
So smooth?
It's very smooth.
Reflective?
Very reflective. Okay. And we landed, and of course I started walking on.
And this is where you get the inner city, the crystal city, of the rainbow city of Shambhala.
Around, and I met several different beings, people, and some of them announced that they were from the surface.
You mentioned the light going in.
Yes.
Did you look up once you landed?
Yes, and I saw a sun that never moved.
What color was it?
It was more between an orange and a yellow.
Could you feel the heat coming from it?
A heat, yeah, more like a soft heat. It wasn't harsh at all. It wasn't bright either. It was very easy on the eyes.
So is there any time of day on the surface that you'd say would be similar to that kind of a lighting effect?
Twilight, maybe.
Twilight?
Yeah. When the sun starts dropping down.
When you look up, can you see beyond this light and see surface on the other side?
As you look outward, you see the horizon rise like this instead of straight across. You actually see it curve upward.
Are there clouds?
No clouds.
Where does the water come from? Does it rain?
It mists from the sky, but it is not like a harsh rain like it is here. The clouds.
See, this is my issue. Like when you have some people come in, I understand they want to ask questions, but you have to understand that these ancient beings that live under here, they're way ahead of the technology that we think that we have. In fact, some of the technology that we actually getting is coming from them. They teach them how to make certain ships, how to fly these motherfuckers. They teach them all of these things, y'all, down here. Or, because you have to understand, any extraterrestrial civilization that comes in, this is almost like the spot where they come to check in at. They come through Shambhala. And there's other little spots too, like in the ocean as well, y'all, because like I said, when we get into William Cooper and Behold the Pale Horse, he talks about, or he has stories in there from certain individuals who were in the Navy, and they said that when they were on the ocean, they would see a lot of these spaceships coming from out of the water and just shooting off into the air, y'all. Okay? And I want you to know, this was a book that he lost his life about, y'all. He lost his life. So I really, truly doubt that he would have gotten on here and just flexed.
Up here are very thick. And in essence, do they have, sometimes they have a cloud once in a while in the sky, but it's more of a very, like a translucent, looking through it. Very, very not dense at all. Very light.
And see, another thing I feel like that's important to say is that they have controlled weather, y'all. Just like our weather is controlled. Just like these clouds ain't real up here. If they did have clouds up there, they would not be real because they would know how to generate those clouds as well. Okay? See, they down in the earth, they're concerned about what's going on up here on this plane of planet, y'all, because they feel like it's being destroyed. And that's why they don't want these two worlds to be mixed in, okay? Because they don't want people coming down here who have no regards for this plane of planet to come into their inner world and do the same thing, y'all. So they kind of, and they sent Admiral Byrd back with a message. And he was so shocked by their intelligence and by their technology, y'all, that he wrote in his diary, he said, man, we have an enemy that can fly from pole to pole in seconds. Why would he say that, y'all? Because of these beings that he has seen, what it was that they were capable of already creating with the technology that they had, it instilled fear in them, y'all. Understand what I'm trying to tell y'all? It instilled fear in them, y'all. They like, man, hey, look, okay, y'all did that to me. Let me see if you can do it with my squad. Or look, we got to meet We got to meet up with them. We got to talk to them about y'all. I'm talking about every country in the world, okay? In the inner world. Let's just say the inner world. Every country in the inner world met up with these individuals, y'all, put their flag there, and had a treaty that has never been broken, y'all. You can't step foot past a certain part of Antarctica. That's big facts. Y'all like it up for me if you in here. Get them like buttons up for me. You can't even step a foot in Antarctica past a certain spot. And if you are going over there, you gotta be somebody with you. That's big facts.
And the atmosphere was so exuberating, so refreshing and pure. It was breathing air that just had no smell or taste or anything like it does up here. Up here around cities, you breathe the air and you breathe that smog and stuff. Nothing like that there, at all. It was just the purest smell, purest energy. When you breathe it, you're just energized totally.
Okay, so you met some people.
Yes, I did.
Some from the surface.
I met one individual. It was a female. She was rather tall, but and I looked at her, and her face looked familiar. And I told her, "You look familiar." And she said, "I should be familiar. I'm Amelia Earhart."
What year was this? You were 12 years old. What year was this?
And so for those of you who don't know who Amelia Earhart is, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if I think she was like maybe the first lady pilot, I think, to fly around the world, if I'm not mistaken. But if you do, drop that in the comment section below. I'm not sure of that, but I think she was the first female pilot, or she was actually the first female pilot to fly around the world. And I think she came up missing. I don't know.
12 years old. Well, let me think back here. Brought to the surface in 51. Let's see.
63, 64?
60, yep, between 63, 64, somewhere in that range. Anybody got a calculator?
Okay.
It's in that range there somewhere. When me and my sister were brought to the surface, we were brought to the surface not as babies, but as toddlers.
We'll come back to that story,
Yeah.
about how that all started. Let's
Right.
finish this one. You met Amelia Earhart.
Amelia Earhart. I also met a group.
Oh yeah, shout out to the guy Young Elder too, because that's who I got this video from off his page. So if you want to see this video in its whole entirety, go check out Young Elder, man.
Gentlemen that were they were dressed in.
Facts. Queen Walker say her plane went missing over the Antarctica. You see what I'm saying? Over the Antarctica, because it's like a portal that's supposed to be over the Antarctica. The Antarctica, man, or the Bermuda Triangle, whatever you want to call it, man, it's just, I think, did it go missing? Yeah, the Bermuda Triangle, excuse me, Queen Walker. That's where it went missing at, the Bermuda Triangle. It's a whole story in itself, okay? Because when we get into the Nomos and the things like that, bro, they have a whole civilization right under the Antarctica. This is an underwater civilization. So it get way deeper.
Robes, but they were aviators as well, and they had, I didn't recognize them, but they were talking to me because they knew I was from the surface. They said that, I said, well, who are you? And they said, we were Navy pilots. And our aircraft disappeared off of the Bermuda Triangle.
So you met these pilots. They were lost in the Bermuda Triangle?
Yes. They were,
Do you remember their names?
their names? No, I remember their flight they were talking about, Flight 19, off of Muscle Shoals, Florida. That was Flight 19.
Do you know what year Flight 19 got lost?
It was back in 47 or 45 or 47, I'm not quite sure
So it's probably
exactly.
1964.
Yeah,
Were they looking like some really old guys?
no, very young.
So are you saying when you go into the the Hollow Earth.
You don't age.
You don't age.
There is no age. It's not like, well, see, time is an illusion. Even up here it's an illusion. But people still go by it. But it's really, down there, it's like, how do you explain it? Is everyone looks young. You know, they don't look old. You don't see people.
And this is mainly because y'all, like I said, they have mastered that. They have mastered passing. They know that it is nothing more than, they look at it like an illness. It's a sickness that can be cured. They've already mastered it. So like when we get into the story of like Yaqub, and you understand his uncle who would sneak up, and he had an uncle who would actually sneak up, and he would meet this lady who on the surface, because they called the beings that live on like this side of the planet, the top of the planet, they would call them the surface dwellers. Okay, so what he did was he would go up there and meet this one lady, and he would like, you know, just do what, you know, people do who are in love. You know, he fell in love with her, and so his uncle told him like, look, bro, you can't keep going up there and doing it, because they made a pact saying that they would never go up there again, because a lot of people were starting to look at them like prophets, gods, and things like that. And they didn't want that to happen, so they told him he couldn't be going up there. But where he fell in love with this girl to the point of where he was willing to risk it all. He was sneaking up there to the point of where he got caught, and his brother banned him up there, and that was almost like a sentence of death to him. Okay, because in the inner world they do not transition, whereas to up here, you know, you become a part of what's going on up here, and eventually you end up dying.
Walking around with white hair and white beards. They're all very, very young looking.
Do you think you suppose it's because of the place itself, or is it because of the people?
I think it's because of a little bit of both. A little bit because of the place and because of the people. The place is indigenous to immortality or to longevity. Everything I saw down there was huge in size. I mean, even insects flying through the air were huge. They weren't small little insects. They were quite large.
And this is furthermore proof of us, you know, lowering ourselves into like frequency, of us falling in frequency, y'all. Because there's a lot of like pterodactyls down there, bro. Some of the things that you ain't seen up here, when we get into dinosaurs and stuff like that, they took some of them down there with them, y'all. Because some of these dinosaurs came from other planes of planet. Like lions, they come from the Lyrian star system, okay? So, I mean, like horses and things like that, they don't come from this planet, y'all. Y'all do me a favor, if you here, pound that like button up, man. It's 35 people here, 27 likes. We trying to get 1,000 likes, y'all. Pound me up. But yeah, they don't, you know, they come from other galaxies.
Do the mosquitoes?
Dragonflies come flying by about 6 foot across. Didn't see any mosquitoes, no.
I was going to ask, are the mosquitoes have feathers, and do they carry you away?
No, no. Mosquitoes with feathers? I don't think so, no.
Well, you know, there's that saying, the mosquitoes are so big down there that they'll carry you off. Anyhow.
No, okay. The creatures were large. The insects were large. The people were large. I looked up and I saw a flying pterodactyl. And of course, that just didn't register too well. And I said, wait, that's a pterodactyl. And they said, yes, it is. And I said, oh, okay. So I saw dinosaurs.
Which ones did you see?
Well, I saw the pterodactyl in the air, and I saw a T-Rex.
And look, see, you have to understand, these aren't the only beings down here, okay? It's a noble group. When we talk about the ones who actually run it, that live in the inner city, they actually they're a black group of people, okay? They're a noble group. Then you have them, you have the Terros, the Deros, you have the reptilians. A lot of these individuals are mixed in down here, y'all. It's almost like what race would be up here, but it's different down there. They don't even believe in that down there, okay? But like I say, when you dig into which we will do when we dig into the history of the draconian reptilians and things like that, you're gonna start to see how it is that they started off from dinosaurs. Their breed came from, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna get deep.
Walk by, And of course, T-Rex is a vegetarian. It's not a flesh-eating animal.
Really, with all those teeth?
That's for ripping and tearing plants, not ripping and tearing flesh.
So, wouldn't they be wild? I mean, it seems kind of a dangerous situation.
Well, it's not dangerous at all. Everybody down there speaks with telepathy. That's the norm.
So what does that have to do with the dinosaurs not being dangerous?
The dinosaurs speak with telepathy as well.
So you're telling me that you can talk to the dinosaurs?
Yes, you can. You can talk to the trees, you can talk to the dinosaurs, you can talk to plants, whatever, and you get a response.
So now what is he telling you? Everything is alive. And that is because everything has a spirit on this plane of planet. Make no mistake about it. I tell a lot of y'all, man, you have to respect the water spirit. You have to respect the tree of the fruit spirit, whatever fruit that you're eating on a day-to-day. You have to give homage to those things because they have spirit. And when we talk about fruits that give out certain nutrients, they do this willingly. They get up every year. They will willingly come forth to give you the nutrients that you need to heal yourself. This is a magical realm that we in. As above, so below. Because what's happening up here is happening down there as well. At one point, our trees were alive as well. You see what I'm saying? Which they still have a spirit, but when I say alive, they were really like magical, y'all. Kind of what you would see in like Avatar. It hit different. Y'all drop them nails up. It hit different. You see what I'm saying? So everything has a spirit. You feel me? And so, like, you know, telepathy as well as like, how do you think back in the day our ancestors would be walking right along with these lions and these lions just walking right along with them? They ain't threatened by them at all, y'all. Because they were communicating with these animals. This is how they could live in the rainforest, in a forest full of animals, y'all, and not, you know what I'm saying? Because they had respect for one another. That's big facts.
T-Rexes are kind of a big animal.
Yeah, they are.
Are there accidents? Does a T-Rex maybe accidentally kick an inhabitant or step on one, or?
No, they don't step on nobody.
Sit on one, maybe? I've seen people sit on Chihuahua. You never know.
Sit on a Chihuahua?
I saw somebody do it once accidentally. The Chihuahua wasn't too thrilled with that, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With something that's small in relation to something so large, it's easy not to catch.
Well, they when they walk, they're very meticulous in where they walk.
Okay. Okay, enough about the dinosaurs.
Yes.
So you saw a lot of
Hey, to him, he think he tweaking. He can't see it happening like that.
large things down here.
A lot of very large.
You met these pilots.
Yes.
Amelia Earhart.
Yep.
What happened next?
Then they had me go into a room, actually a building, in one of the round buildings. They had me sit down in a chair, and this mist, bluish mist, came down over me. And I said, "What's this?" And they said, "You're being detoxified, decontaminated. All the impurities that are in your body are being taken out. And so your immune system will be fortified when you return home to the surface." And I said, "Well, I don't really want to go. I want to stay here." And they said, "Yes, we know you want to stay here, but you're not staying here."
What was compelling you to want to stay there? Was it any?
It just felt, it's the beauty of everything around you. I mean, everything is so not what it is on the surface. When you look out on the surface, what do you see? You see cars, you see planes flying over and causing, vapor trails behind them, and the sky's not clear, and the sky smells strange. You can actually taste the air here. It's just not there. Oh, that's not there. It's all pure. Everything is pure, and everything's in harmony. I didn't hear any. I didn't hear any bad language while I was there. Nobody spoke.
It's like the golden age down there.
You would speak. It was all from communication, mind to mind. It was really, really wonderful feeling.
So So in that communication mind to mind, are you hearing a voice in your head, or is it something different?
It's more or less like a communication from their mind to my mind. You can do it on the surface too. You just have to sit down and get away from all the distractions, which is really hard on the surface because you've got all these distractions, you know, every come from all different directions. But if you were to get out with Mother Nature and just be quiet and turn your cell phones off and all these condiments that you like, devices, then you could communicate telepathically. But you get so caught up in the mundane world that you lose sight of it. It's just like, it's too many distractions to really communicate up here through telepathy.
That's big facts, because we've been torn down in every way, form, or fashion, y'all. That's the point. They don't want you tapped in like that. Then they can't read you the way. Well, some people can, but I'm just saying, when you get tapped in that way, it's a different tapped in. Okay, it's some people that are tapped in like that. That's facts. It's none of what he's saying is a lie.
Easier to talk, but talking, I think, is what got man in trouble in the first place.
So you get sprayed with this blue mist.
Yes, and then after that, they said you're free to travel wherever you want to travel, and we'll be with you a little bit later on. We'll take you to the learning centers and re-educate you again. And so I was able to, you know, freely walk around and talk to people and talk to beings. I saw several different type of races there. Besides the Aryanians, I saw the Lemurians. I saw the insectoids. They look like mantis almost, similar to a mantis.
They kind of like your I can't think of that movie, y'all, because you have to understand, ain't nothing what they show you it comes from their imagination. Okay, everything that they show you is something that they have personally seen for themselves, man. And whether you want to believe it or not, a lot of them are going in and out of the inner world, y'all. It's some people that's on this realm of reality that's going down there and that's meeting with these individuals. They're communicating with them, y'all. They're even getting technology from them. Like, so, I mean, everything that you see, what's the name of that movie, y'all? I can't think of the name of the movie. But everything that you see going on up here is what they've actually had the chance to see.
They don't have 6 legs, but they have 2 appendages they walk on, and then the appendages for hands, or not really hands, are like pinchers almost, and they talk with telepathy. And they're not very short, not very tall either. They're in between between 4 and 5 feet tall. And their heads look just like a praying mantis, but they're intelligent.
2 legs, 2 arms.
Yeah, 2 legs, 2 arms, and they fly. Of course, they have wings, but they do communicate telepathically in English, and well, they know all languages. It's like when my father sometimes. When I channel my father at different times, when he is speaking to a big group of people, a lot of times there's people there that are not from America, or not from, you know, the local area, but yet they pick up on everything he's saying and they understand it. It's sort of like he's speaking English, but yet some people that are present from another foreign country that don't speak very good English, they hear the message in their own language. So it's like and he has that ability when he talks, that people from another country can still understand him.
So the telepathic communication sounds like you're hearing the words in your head
Yes.
in the English language.
Yes.
For somebody else listening to the same telepathic communication,
It would
they
be
would hear this.
in their language. So it's like when people, they ask, well, what language do you speak under there? All language. Plain and simple. He speaks, they understand. No matter where they're from.
Yeah, they most definitely showed him on the Man in Black, John Clerk. Sherry Avery say, I communicate with my friends all the time this way. We have full on arguments with each other. I believe it. It's so much going on out here, Sherry. Bro, look, let me tell you, it's some things that I've been subjected to, y'all. I know what's really popping out here. But I will say this though, man. I can't think of the name. I'm trying to think of the name. It got me now, y'all. I'm trying to think of the name of that movie, man. It was like a reptile being. It was like can't think it had the long head, and he was like an insect. Was it I cannot think of that. Y'all tell me what the name of that is.
So you got to the travel, you said?
Yeah, I got to travel.
How did you travel?
Well, you don't walk around that much because they like to, they don't want to harm the Mother Earth at all. They fly around on these platforms that are above the ground, and so you get up and step on one, and it radiates with your vibration, and it actually talks to you by name. Billy, where would you like to go? What city would you like to go to? And
It sounds like a taxi.
kind of like a taxi, except free.
So what are you standing on? You say it's above the ground.
It's a platform.
When you say what shape is it? Is it square?
It's round.
It's round.
Yeah.
It's like a frisbee, a big frisbee you stand on.
You might call it a frisbee or a saucer-shaped craft. You don't sit inside of a bubble or anything like that. You sit on this stand on this platform, and it has a ring, another ring that once you step into it, this ring appears around you.
This sounds like some Jetson shit to me. Y'all drop them knives if y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all remember the cartoon, the Jetsons, man? That's what it sounds like to me, man. You feel me? But I can imagine what it is that he's saying. It's like they get on this little thing, and then when they step on this platform, it's a ring that comes up that kind of like ensures that you don't fall.
The entire disc, and you're basically inside this enclosure, and you think the direction you want to go, you go that way.
Yeah, I would ask when you first describe it, is there a possibility of falling off the thing?
No, you cannot fall off it.
Is the ring solid? Is there like a handhold? I mean,
well, when you step onto the platform, you have the ring that you're standing on, or the platform you're standing on, which is round, and then once you step onto it, then this other ring comes up from the main part up to about mid-waist area, and just stays right there. It keeps you on the craft, and you can't fall off it. And you can
like a hand railing around.
It's like a handrail almost.
What holds the hand railing up? You say it comes
It just comes up from the craft and hovers right there. There's nothing, no visible means of support.
So can you pass your hand between the rail and the
Yes, you can.
underneath? If you wanted to jump from it, could you?
I imagine you could, but why would you want to?
I want to fully understand this transportation system.
Yeah.
So some people are pretty daring. Maybe they want to. There's some base jumpers out there that might want to take that.
Oh, well, it doesn't. It's not that high above the ground. If they jump out, they're going to land on the ground.
You could like bungee jump from it.
I wouldn't think so. No. Something like that. That's about 6 foot off the ground. Why would you want to bungee jump of 6 foot?
Feet, okay. Well, I'm thinking maybe you want to go 1,000, 2,000 feet in the air. That could be a thrill.
No, these are conveyances that keep you close to the ground.
Okay, so about nature, it's close to the ground. I'm envisioning the Jetsons. We're flying off and.
Okay, yeah, I understand, but no, they're like little platforms. And then they also have these other devices that are more of like a scout craft, which is something you get inside of. Once you're inside it, it automatically calls you by name and asks where you wish to go. If you wish to go to another star system or another planet or whatever. it can take you there.
So travel is not just within the sphere.
No,
Inside
it's
planet
not.
Earth, you can go anywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh. So these little scout craft,
Yeah.
are they just parked hither and there, and just if you need one, you can grab one?
You just get on it and go.
Are there parking areas for these little scout craft?
Well, they're all hovering above the ground.
How big are they?
The little scout craft are anywhere from about 150 feet in diameter, which is not that small. It's not that big either.
Sure.
But it's a sports craft. It looks similar to the one that Bob Lazar spoke of. But my father's craft is a lot larger, about 10 times as large. And it's stationed above the in the vicinity of the North Polar opening.
So, okay, we'll get to him in a minute. The question I would have about that,
Yeah.
you channeled him last night, and he just came from monitoring the opening. Did he monitor the opening from the craft?
Yes.
Okay. So, wow, 150 foot in diameter sport craft,
About 45 feet high.
45 feet high.
Yeah.
Do you travel in groups with these things? If you need one, it's just like one guy who can go? Is there a fueling station? You got to put gas in this thing?
It doesn't take gas.
Okay. How does it operate?
Runs off of the electromagnetism of the Earth.
Okay. So,
Which is the same way they get their electricity, y'all. The magnetic field that we have, and I told y'all this when we did the first lecture. We didn't get into the videos because they wouldn't allow me to play the videos. But it operates off the electromagnetic field that we have that surrounds our plane of planet. They use that the same way when you see these people out here using the little plates on top of their house to use that same energy, which they want to tell you is solar energy or these solar panels, right? That's how they operate down there. They have manipulated. They know how to use it any way, form, or fashion.
it's free energy?
Free energy.
Etheric energy?
So you could call it that, yeah.
Vortex energy?
Vortex energy, funny. Yeah.
Hey.
No, I won't say vortex energy, no.
Yeah, just trying to understand the terms. So
Yeah.
All right. So where did you travel to during these 6 months? You can go anywhere. Where did you go?
I travel all over the inside of the planet. The different cities. And of course I went to one city of Yehu, and that looked familiar to me right away. I mean, the surroundings and everything were so familiar. And it was like I knew where to go. It was sort of like it was deja vu, if you will. Been there before. Yeah.
Okay. So had you been there before?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the rest of your experience during the 6 months in Hollow Earth, or would you like to transition into your origins?
Well, after the 6 month period was over, they approached me and they said, "It's time for you to return back to the surface." And I said, "Okay, but do I have to go?" He said, "Yes, you must return because you have a mission." And of course, that was the first time I was told about a mission. So they returned me to the surface.
Well, can you tell us what the mission was?
I didn't know at that moment.
Ah, okay.
Or at least I had no recollection of it at that time. But they brought me back to the surface. They dropped me off in the cornfield again.
The same way that you arrived, weightless?
Same way. Dropped me off in the cornfield, and I went walking on and jumped the fence over and started walking up to the house.
So you couldn't remember that whole experience at the time after you came back?
My memory was wiped.
So when you were in the Hollow Earth,
Yes.
did it feel like you were there for 6 months?
It didn't feel like any time at all.
Okay.
Because there's no time.
Okay.
You really can't. I mean, a period of existence had passed, but as far as time, It's a continuous day, so how can it be time? Makes sense?
Like I said, they sun, they don't have a rotating sun. They sun just sit right there in the center. It's daytime all the time down there. Ain't nothing making it night, you know. That's how we count our days, y'all. When the sun leaves and the moon returns, or when the moon leaves and the sun returns, that is considered to be a day up here. But they don't have that down there.
Yes.
I mean, think about it.
No, I mean,
Yes and no. Well, you're inside a planet where there's no night at all. It's a continuous day. So you really can't judge a time.
do you sleep?
Rest you can, yeah, you don't have to, but a lot of people do rest, but a lot of people don't. And it's, let's see, well, a day in a life in the hollow earth, that's an experience. Well, I rested because I was used to resting, but it was just like an inbred thing. You're automatically going to, lay down and rest. And the thing in the planet, you don't have beds like you do on the surface. This thing is round. It hovers above the floor, and it's soft. So you lay on it, and it's comfortable. And you rest, and then you get up and go about what you want to do.
And I want y'all to don't make no mistake, y'all. You have to understand what's going on now. What they will not tell you is that when we see all of these millionaires, these billionaires, whoever can afford to dig them a place under the ground, they're doing the same thing that these original beings who were once on this surface that originated from certain tribes who were once on this surface. They doing the same thing that they did when they knew that it was inevitable for this planet, to exist on, for a period of time, because they knew Nibiru was coming back. They knew Nibiru was going to cause a meteorite shower to take place. It was going to cause tornadoes to take place. It was going to cause hurricanes to take place. They knew all of this, y'all. So when it happened, they ran underground. I ain't going to say that they knew it, but when it happened, they had to take cover underground, y'all, under certain rainbows and things like that in order to survive, okay? And so a lot of these people or these beings or our so-called government, y'all, they're in contact with these beings, okay? And so they've already told them about Nibiru. I'm pretty sure if the Vatican has been watching this red dwarf star that is a binary twin to our planet or our sun, okay? I'm pretty sure if they've been watching it, and we can say that the Pope is somebody who damn near runs the country, y'all. You see what I'm saying? You don't think that in some way, form, or fashion, they're talking to these interterrestrial beings and they've given them the history of this planet? They told them, you don't think they asked them about what the fuck is this red dwarf star that they say that's coming towards us? And they told them, yeah, that's how we ended up down here. Yeah, rap. That's how we got down here. We had to dodge that. So now you starting to see, it's no coincidence that you're starting to see so many of these billionaires and these wealthy people starting to build these things in the earth, y'all, in the ground, y'all. They think that that's how they're going to escape it. You feel me? But I did want to touch on this small topic right here real fast, y'all. Okay? Because it's another group of beings down here that I wanted to talk about as well. Because it's so many of them. We can, believe me when I say we can go down this rabbit hole forever, y'all. We can go down this rabbit hole forever. Okay? But I really wanted to talk about the Sasquatch. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Sasquatch, okay? They're originally known as the Syrians, the Numos, the Shaggies, the Bigfoot, Seti or Yeti, okay? But more so, I would say Bigfoot. This is another group of extraterrestrials that we've heard a lot about, but we don't actually know if they really exist or where it is that they actually came from, okay? And this is the Sasquatch, but we hear a lot about them, y'all, okay? Now, they exist in the world. They come from another planet, but they too exist in the world. And these beings stand about 7 feet tall, okay? And they're completely covered with flink-like hair. That would be the type of hair that we would see on a six-ether being, okay? The so-called white man, we'll see that. They have that same type of hair, okay? And their skin is similar to a white man's, if you could or the so-called white man, if you could ever get up under it, but you can't see it. But if you could get up under there, if they was to shave their hair, then they would have the same look as a so-called white man, okay? What does it say? But hard to detect. Okay, and they have large round ears and short, thick necks, y'all. They're also vegetarians as well. Okay, some of them eat meat, but they're mostly known for a vegetarian diet. Okay, it's some of them that's albino, just like when you get into the reptilian race as well, or the species as well. Some they have a species of albino reptiles as well, y'all. We're gonna get into it. I told y'all, as above, so below. Like, so the cosmos, it gets deep in the cosmos. But if you're over here, please pound that like button. Okay. Let me see what is that vegetarian. That what I said, the albinos. And the brownest. They say the brownest ones live in the woods of New York or the swamp. Okay. So the brownest ones live in the New York or swamp, and a lot of them have been spotted in the Louisiana bayous as well, y'all. And like, if you from around those areas, 9 times out of 10, you probably heard it somewhere. You probably heard a story of Bigfoot or Sasquatch somewhere. Okay.
So you're on that.
Hold on, let me drop this out for y'all real fast. I want y'all to see this.
Keep an eye out while camping in West Virginia. In 2015, a group of campers decided to rest in an area known as Folks Run on the Virginia border. Around midnight, one of them left camp and noticed a large hairy creature crouched down watching them from the top of a hill. He told the others, and now awake, all the campers watched the creature rush down the hill at them. Thankfully, a river stopped it, but only for a second as it waded its way across. Reaching the shoreline, the group said it looked like a huge, wet, shaggy dog. A scream echoed from the trees all around them, and the creature retreated, whimpering, into the forest. After that, the campers took off and never looked back. This closely matches a story in 1999, when a group of campers in the Mountain State were setting up their campsite when they heard what they thought was a bear. Suddenly, a huge white-haired creature with horns came tearing into their camp, letting out a blood-curdling scream. As they ran off, they reported that the creature just stood at the edge of the wood line, looking at them. When they returned later, they found all their things ransacked. So,
I told y'all, man, like, and we can go down the rabbit hole forever and never. So, you know, when it comes to like these extraterrestrials, who are extraterrestrials as well, because a lot of these extraterrestrials did not evolve with the plane and planet. They came down here for one reason or another. Either they lost position of their home planet, and they had to stay here. And when the planet went through the reset, they found their way down in Shambhala in some way, form, or fashion, y'all. So with that being said, man, yeah, y'all do me a favor, like it up and share it, man. And just let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below, man. But I want y'all to make no mistake, man. This plane and planet is way bigger than what it is that you have been taught. It's more going on this plane and planet than you know, and it's time for us to wake up, because whether you believe it or not, we are about to get ready to go through a major transition on this plane and planet. The frequency is already beginning to rise, man. You have people on this planet that's starting to see entities shapeshift in front of their eyes, y'all. Okay, I was just watching the video the other day where a guy was live. He had a live video where he caught what they would say is the tree man. This motherfucker just peeking out on a live video, y'all. Like, the frequency is rising on this plane, the planet, and there's no way you cannot see it. Okay, there's no way you cannot see it. So, and I want y'all to understand, bro. It's finna get even blessed. I would say that it's finna get even blessed, y'all. All right. But with that being said, man, I want to leave y'all as I came. I want you guys to always be aware, because to be aware is to be alive. And as always, peace, family. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Ashe.